Hi, guys. Oh, I should probably make sure that this is adjusted here. Let me pause this music. Okay. Hi. Hello. How are we? Hi again, Pam. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Brooke. How goes it? Sorry, I sound out of breath, but I am old and out of shape and try to run to my kitchen and grab myself some water. Um, so yeah, I'm totally just lost my train of thought. Voted for the burger, but I didn't think it'd win. Yeah, that was my thought too. I realized when I saw like the first like 3 or 4 votes that came in were for a whip day. I was like, okay, well, that's fair. That's fair. But I will show you guys we'll show you guys the burger because I've worked on it and made some progress that I'm pretty pleased with. So this is where I'm at on the burger so far. I don't know, since I've taken a break from making videos, maybe I'll do another live stream later this week and we'll work on the burger. Um I have new paintbrushes that I need to try out, and I would like to finish this. I have actually shown this um to the person that commissioned it. Don't know, is my child. Uh he really wanted some burger art for his wall, so I said, "Okay, I will paint you a burger." And it helps me out cuz I got to try some new paint, and I learned some things in the process. It still needs some detail work and some extra layers on it, but yeah, I got to try some new things, and I have learned that I did not prep this wood panel properly. I should have sanded it before I put the gesso on, I think. But I ordered some other panels to try out that are already like uh pre pre gessoed. And interestingly enough, hold on a second, since we're done with the burger. Let me see if I have a couple of them out here to show you guys. Okay, so I've had a few of these like in my stash for a while, and I have never used them. But uh, they come in all different textures and finishes for different types of mediums. I got mine, I think, on a couple of them on Amazon and a couple of them on Blick. And then I actually went on the Emperor Sand website because I was looking for a panel in a non-standard size that I couldn't find. And this company will actually make you panels in a size that they don't like typically sell. Um I wanted 10 by 10s, and if I go on the actual website, you can request custom sizes, which I thought was really cool. So I'm hoping that these panels work well. But I'm just using for the burger, I'm just using a like a wood panel that I got in a pack of 3 from Michaels. But I should have sanded it first. ampersand panels. The ones I have, these are made specifically for acrylic, so they're already primed. They have aqua boards as well, so if you want something that you can use like water mediums and whatnot on, and then they have actual like canvas boards, things like that. They have a whole bunch of different finishes and things like that. But I grabbed the ones for acrylic. I wanted to use them with my acrylic wash, so we may have to bust one of those out and try it. I know that the painting streams generally don't as well as the coloring streams, but the reality of it is I want to bring other projects and other mediums into the stream and onto the channel because yeah, I feel like that's the direction that I want to take things, and I like experimenting with doing my own art and my own painting and whatnot. And I don't want to limit myself, you know. So, but one other thing, please let me know if my mic cuts out. Apparently, during the last stream, there were some issues with the mic, and I couldn't really troubleshoot it. I am not sure if it's one of the filters that I have set. Uh, so let me know if the mic cuts out. Obviously, as I'm doing things on my desk, my voice might travel a bit, but this was like straight cutting out. So if that happens, let me know and I will see what I can do to fix it. I wondered if it was like my noise gate filter. Um Unfortunately, like just the way things are placed on my desk, it's really difficult to find a good placement for a microphone when I'm moving around and trying to do this. So but I have 3 projects picked out for us today. So this one I think we'll save towards the end because I worked on this on last week's stream, but I do want to do a little more work on this one. Um I have the mech butterfly that we did the metals tutorial on, which I think we're going to start off with because I think that's a good warm up, but um we're going to do a different side, so I'm going to do some of the silver on this one today. And then I have a long-standing whip in Mythic World. I'll show you guys when we get to that. This will probably be the middle page. Um and since I have my Derwent Chromaflows out, I grabbed this because I would like to at some point finish that one. So, but we're gonna start with the mech butterfly. I think that's a good place to start. And um, yeah. So the thumbnail doesn't match what we're working on today. I'll fix that afterwards, and I'll put the books that we're working in after the stream. So this is the second time we've done this. And so what I do is I will set a timer on my phone for an hour, and we'll work on each one for an hour and see how far we get. And I know I'm starting a little bit later today, but yeah, I had a late start this morning, I guess, and oh man, I really need to start doing some sort of physical activity again with all the health stuff going on. And of course, I was going to go for like a 20-minute walk around the block. And of course, as soon as I walk out the door, it starts raining. So then I was going to go to the local, we have a mall marketplace, and I was gonna go walk with the old people, but apparently they don't open until 10, so Alright, I'm trying to find my timer here. Eh. And then I gotta remember how I started this one. I started with the grays and then to the blue glass, I think is what I ended up doing. We'll figure it out. So I'm trying to decide if I want to start from the center and work out. Not that it really matters. Ascend a little closer. Okay, I know I missed some things while I was monologuing there, so let me go back. I like working on several projects at the same time, then work hard to finish them. I just by the nature of doing this, I always have multiple projects in the works. But then there comes a point where I I don't want any more stuff on my desk, so trying to find things that work with what I already have out. And since I have the chroma flows out, I was trying to pick things um that go with what I already have out. If you're fine doing exercise on your own at home, I can't recommend yoga with Adriene enough. I may look into that. I have a gym membership and they usually do yogas on Mondays, but I'm at the point with the post steroid symptoms where I'm thinking that I may need to talk to my primary care manager about either occupational or physical therapy. Um it has completely like the withdrawal has completely like just annihilated all of my joints. Um and so I think I need some supervision to kind of get me back on track, but it has been not a pleasant experience. And considering like that wasn't even the issue that I was taking it for, um to have that as a side effect has been horrific. So but yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I don't really trust myself to do anything beyond like just walking for the time being. I gotta start somewhere. So hi Nikki, hi Katrina, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Just about to started here on our first whip. I need my timer for an hour. Uh okay. I'm gonna put some music on for myself, but it's on Amazon, so I'm gonna mute it. I know not everybody likes heavy music in the background. That'll give me something to listen to while I do this. And if you guys decide later you want background music, then I'll switch sound. All right, let me start my timer. I think I'm gonna start in here. Actually, I think I started with the grays and then used the white because otherwise it's really difficult to see. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna block in my my light gray, and then I'll use my white. And there is a full live stream on the channel working on this one. But how are all of you doing? How was everybody's weekend? I had my last full drill weekend before I retire. That's a little heavier than I wanted. And I'm using Prismacolors for this one. I didn't that. So I'm sure if you're paying attention, you can probably tell. But some of these are old Prismacolors. I gotta remember the combo I used for this. How I did this. That looks about right. I think I used the darker gray over the blue. Did I put it in the video description? I could look it up for for me. No. These are the right pencils. I pulled that before, but like the order that I used them in when I did the original video, that's not gonna be in the description. But I do appreciate it. Yeah, I have it's the right pencils. I just don't remember uh how I layered them. Yeah, I think I got it though. That looks about. Hey Stardust, how are ya? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think it was. I didn't do a lot of blocking in with the white on this one, just because it's then I can't see. Yeah, I think that's about what I did before. Old Prisma, I hear you say you work with an old set. This one's a mixture. Some of them are from a newer set, and then this one's an older one. I have some that are from my husband's set that he had, I think, in high school. Pain from the humidity. Oh, that sucks. I get that too. And it's raining here, so I will say that the older Prismacolors definitely have a different feel to them. I find them to be a bit harder of a lead than the newer ones. Not that that's a bad thing. Just different. But yeah, when I started getting back into coloring, he gave me his set, and I still have the big wooden box, but I took them out because it was just cumbersome to I don't have anywhere to like put it, so I retired it and moved all of his pencils into a case. And commingled with my new ones. Because that was back when they were Sanford. Now I think what they're are they still Sanford or is it Beryl now? Or were they Beryl and then Sanford and now they're still Sanford, but the old thin box from the 80s? I don't use my prisms very much. But I don't know, maybe now that I've found a way to use them that I enjoy. Stanford then Beryl, if I'm correct, but just waking up. Yeah, that would make sense, cause yeah, my gray is a Sanford. So I feel like my top little piece here is a little darker than should be. So let's try and darken up some. Beryl was 65 to 95. Hmm. Maybe it's just a different like manufacturing. Well, I mean, this definitely is not from any earlier than like the late 1990s. Because my husband and I graduated in 2002, so it would have been from around then. Quebec manufacturing, and then was switched to USA and then Mexico. So maybe it's still Stanford. It's just a different manufacturing. Found a way to use like what way am I using them? So a lot of people use them like the smush way. You just lay down a color and smush it into your other colors. And I use them like a layering pencil, like I would my polychromos. I just don't I prefer layering to smooshing, and I don't know, there was just something about them that just didn't like appeal to me when I started getting back into adult coloring. Like I used them as a kid and I used them in school. Hi, is it Anya? And this is the mechanical butterfly. I'm working in Imagimorphia by Kirby Rosanas, but this picture appears in a couple other a couple of his other books. It's in some of the compilation books, but all of my this picture in most of my compilation books are um scribbled on. But yeah, Prismas are not my favorite pencils. I don't think they will ever be my favorite pencil, but I am learning to appreciate them. Don't have the book next time I order. Will love Kirby, especially with some help. Do you have any of Kirby's compilation books? I don't know if I have any down here, but think I think it's in Color Morphia as well. I moved some of my books around and those are on a shelf I don't have currently have the access to. But once my timer runs out I can look. Yes. I thought it was Color Morphia. I'm sure it's in a couple of them, but I know Color Morphia is one of them because that was my one of those was my tester copy. I actually have two copies of that book. Hi Emily, how are you? Welcome, welcome. And since I wasn't sure what pages I was going to be working on today, um they're not currently in the description. I'll put links. I'll put links in the description after the stream is over. I'll go back and edit all of that information. It was more of a, I need to get this thumbnail up, so... But since I was out of town for work this weekend, my planning has been crap the past few weeks. But yeah, all that stuff will get updated. Because I'll need to take a new, picture for the thumbnail as well. Should I use my... And, I'll link to the, the VOD for the mech, when we did this mech butterfly. So that way, if, anyone wants to go and watch the actual, like, instruction on this one, it'll be available. Because, yeah, we did a whole live stream where we talked about, how to color metal. But welcome to all of our new friends that are just joining us today. I'm Danny, also known as the Queen of Flannel. I am a YouTube content creator. Currently taking a break from video creation, but I'm still doing my live stream once a week. And I am here on Tuesdays at 10:30 Eastern, although we start a little later today. Usually between 10:30 and 11. And I do adult coloring and occasionally my own art. So we got a bit of a variety on this channel. What is my plan for the colors in the butterfly? Gold and silver. So each section is a different color, is a different metal combination. So, um, I used this when I did my instructional live stream. So, I had bronze over here. This is my bronze. We did gold and silver and then a rose gold. And so I'm working on the silver portion today. Um my my least favorite medium for coloring, I don't really have a least, like a least favorite medium. I have like brands that I prefer more than others, but um I've used colored pencils, I've used paint, I've used ink, I've painted with ink. I'm pretty open to trying anything. It just depends on the project, but I don't really have a least favorite. But yeah, I did a color combo for each side, and then after we finished the instructional portion, we just worked um on a section of it. When did I start coloring again? Oops, sorry, I'm off frame. My bad. Let me get us back on frame. I'm off. Hard to tell. So I started coloring, I would say, um, when I left active duty, kind of around the start of the Joanna Basford, when Joanna Basford was really, you know, finding her stride and putting out books. Uh, and it was really, like, I was really bad. It was horrible. I think I used primarily like fine liners and pens, and I had no concept of like color theory or anything of that nature. And then um I kind of like put it away like for a while, but I would pull a book out every so often. Like if I was at an audition or I needed something quiet to do at at a rehearsal. And then when I started doing gaming on Twitch, 2018-ish time frame, I kind of stopped for a while, and I would say I really picked it back up um probably 2020, 2021. Probably when I needed a break from the game that I was streaming. I tried live streaming it over on Twitch, and it didn't really take off, so I kind of moved over to YouTube, and then when I deployed, um I had to stop, well, I had to stop recording for a while. But I took some of my supplies with me when I deployed, just to give me something to do in my spare time. Oh, thank you, Anya. Like, you just gotta go for it. Like, you just gotta. I think I was probably like that in the beginning too. The fear of like not wanting to ruin a book, but they're made to be colored in. You just gotta go for it. Just experiment. Because if you don't experiment, how are you gonna know like visually what appeals to you? And you can't learn to use a new supply without using it. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Let me tell you, I definitely have some pages in some of my books that are not the best. Oh, where'd my eraser go? Where my eraser went? I should have colored this as a unit and not individual pieces. First page is Joanna Secret Garden. Yeah. Yeah, most of my early Joanna pages are pretty scary. But certain books that I really like a lot, if they're affordable, I'll buy multiple copies. And I'll use one copy as like a test copy. And since I've started getting into to digital art, sometimes I'll take a photo of a blank page and I'll uh tentatively kind of color it on my iPad before I color it with actual like traditional media. I don't like the way this piece looks. Yeah, no shading or yeah, just pretty much every color under the sun. I do use Procreate. Yes. So sometimes if I want to try like a bold combination of colors or like a style, I'll test it out there before I do it in my book. And I use Procreate for my thumbnails since I started doing the photos and designs for my thumbnails myself. I canceled my Canva subscription. It adds a whole other level of layer of work to the process, but at least then I can say that they're my thumbnails. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. I honestly just kind of slap things around sometimes and hope for the best. Sometimes I like the outcome, sometimes I don't. I love the 3 hour whips. I'm glad. Because we've still got 2 more hours and 2 images to go. We've got 11. Oh, wait, we've got 21 minutes left on this one. Wow. Which is good because that'll put me at break time and cat feeding time, and then we'll come back and we'll start on the second one. Usually I do this at the end of the month. I already did this one. I already did this one. But yeah, we've kind of turned 3 whips 3 hours into a series, I guess. As long as I have whips, well, there will always be whips to work on. Who am I kidding? The day I finish all my whips is the day I just, well, put my colored pencils down forever. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. Finished. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do for the center here. I might have to come up with like a gunmetal like combination for the body in here. Oh god, I'll have to use the black color pencil. Nice to have someone who's passionate about coloring. Your boyfriend can only cope with so much color. Chat. Yeah, yeah. My husband is the same way, which is weird because he likes art. But sometimes he'll give me good ideas for like paintings and things like that. Why don't I like the black pencil? So that's become kind of a meme around this channel is I don't generally shade with black. So it's become kind of a joke. Hence the reason why I am shading with indigo blue. It's not that I don't like the black pencil. I just that's not that's not necessarily what shading and shadows look like in real life. And I don't I just I don't want to like I don't want to bash people who shade with black cuz it's not wrong. There is no wrong in art. I don't use it a lot. We make jokes about my dislike for the black pencils. People talking like, "Oh yeah, I just bought like 20 black Prismacolors," and I'm like, I probably still have the original Prismacolor that came with the set, barely touched. They're like my least used pencil. Oh, I missed this pipe up here. All these little... Oh no. The other thing that kind of irritates me about Prismacolors and really just wax colored pencils in general. I like a nice sharp point, and I feel like I have to sharpen these constantly. kind of want to, well, all right. At least start on this big, huge, long piece here. God, my phone is like blinging off the rails over here. Is it an hour already? Almost. We've got 3 minutes and 56 seconds. So, but pretty close. It's kind of hard to see some of it on the camera, but we've actually made it pretty far. Done quite a bit for an hour. There we go. All right. So that is our first whip done. Out a little bit so you guys can see what we've done so far. Hey, Brittany, how are ya? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so since our first hour is done, it is break time. So I'm gonna take a quick break, grab a snack, and then when we come back, we'll start on our second one, which is in Kirby's Mythic World. Oh, thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got quite a bit done. That was pretty fast. May finish this by the end of the year if it keeps making an appearance on the 3 whips 3 hours. So let me click on for you guys. Flip it over to the BRB screen, and I will be right. Okay, I'm back at my desk. I'm just finishing a cupcake. Your desert island book, I like that. I think this is my copy that... I have 2 copies of this book. And I have a couple finished pages in one of them. But, one of them is the UK edition and one of them is the... Oh, okay. So, this is the page that I'm going to work on for our next whip. I think... let me pause this music. I can't compete with this. Gotta zoom out for this one. I'm pretty sure I have the colors that I need for this. I know I used the Chroma Flows for the pencil work. I don't think I will do any marker work on this today because I don't have the markers I used accessible, and I'm trying to remember. So so this is based with water-based markers. I don't remember if it was a set of Ohuhu water-based markers or if it was the Arteza Everblend H2s. But I know I was using the Chroma Flows for the pencil work. Yeah, this page has been a whip for a long almost a long time. Almost swore there. Sorry. But we're gonna work with what I have out and see what we can, because it definitely needs some work. Let me see how this fares. Yeah, that's not too bad. I actually like the... So the marker was more of like a yellowish green, and this is more of like a cool green. But I kind of like it. So let me timer back on. That back up. Okay, so there we go. An hour on the clock. And we'll see what we can get done on this bad boy. Yeah, this has been a long time whip. I really don't want to have to pull any additional colors. So I'm gonna try a couple things here. Yeah, I definitely used more of like an olive color for a lot of these shadows down here. So I'm gonna have to get creative. And then my thought process was that I might use a gel crayon over this whole piece once I get all the pencil work done. Because realistically, all of this under the water is would be darker anyways than what's above the water. Why am I having to lug all my military? Because it's for the military. So I have to take all my uniforms and all of my gear with me. It just doesn't leave me a lot of room in my carry-on bag because I have to take at least one full uniform and then a couple shirts and whatnot and my boots in my carry-on bag. That's my last annual tour. When will I fully retire? September. Be a full-time colorist. Well, I mean, technically this is my job currently. I'm a reservist, so I do my 1 weekend a month and my 2 weeks a year, and if I need to go do anything additional on top of that, but this is my day job, kind of. Why does that look weird? Wish I jotted down what colors I used on this. So it looks like on the body that I was pretty much done. At least with the hands and most of the face. It's been a while since I've worked on this one. I mean, it would be great to keep doing this, like as a full-time job, but it does not pay the bills. So maybe as a side hustle. But eventually I will be looking for something else to do. I definitely laid some colored pencil down on some of this. I can see the wax on here. Some of this I might have to come back to. I'll have to pull out some other pencils, but I don't think I got to this area back here, so I might switch to that. The watercolor marker? Nope, it did not. Unless you press, like, unless you go over it, like, super, super, like, rough and many layers with the water-based marker, you're generally not gonna have any issues with bleed through. More likely what will happen is you'll damage the tooth of the paper. I am using the Chroma Flows, Brittany. But yeah, this paper holds up pretty well with the water-based markers. And this is the UK edition. So the paper in the UK edition is a little different. It actually holds up better with water than the US editions. Do I have all 150? I do not have the 150 set. And yes, I had heard that Derwent finally decided that the remaining 50 that weren't originally supposed to be open stock, that eventually those will be available open stock, but they don't know when. But no, I don't have the 150 set. It's not available in the US, I don't believe, until July. I could order it from the UK, but the shipping is kind of expensive and I can't justify the cost right now. Yeah, I had heard that. I watched her video. Figure I'll get them eventually, but I already have two sets of the 72. So just need the extra 78 colors. Yeah, cult pens had, well, if they are still doing it, because at one point it was like a pre-order thing and they only had so many. It's was never something that they intended to do long term because it's not cost effective for them. And so they had like a set number, and then they weren't going to do any more after that, and even then the price is still out of my price range for 78 pencils. But it's on my radar, just not a priority right now. Cult pens are trying to bridge the gap between Derwent and the public. Yeah. And the fact that they're doing it at like a cost to themselves. Because it means they're ripping apart their tins of 150 and pulling out just those colors. Yeah, it would have been cool if they would have just come out with an individual supplemental set. That's what Karen Dash did when they bought, or when they expanded the Luminance line. They came out with two additional sets. They branded them as like their I think one of them was like an aquatic something landscape tones, and then one was marketed as a portrait set. But if you already had the full range of luminance, those two sets would bridge the gap. Well, I think they should have just come out and said, "Hey, currently we either don't have plans to release these remaining 50 open stock, or we plan to release them, but we don't know when." Because understandably, like the 100 set, they released the 100 set first. And so a lot of people bought the 100 set thinking then they could just, buy the remaining 50 at some point, only to find out that at that time that there were no plans to release some open stock. I think is what really got people like heated about it, and the just the lack of like transparency on what the plan was. Because some of those people are like, well, if I would have known that, I would have waited and got the 150 set if I would have known it was coming out. They have the 78 set back in stock. I'll have to check and see what. But if the cost of it is gonna be the same as waiting until the 150 set comes out and just buying one of those, I'd rather just do that. Because then I can always just put the other pencils in back stock. Because I do have some of my current ChromaFlows that are well loved. So I'll have to look at the cost difference. But I do appreciate you looking and seeing that, letting us know that they were back in stock. I hadn't checked for a little bit. A lot of their clients, and you could buy the extra 28 colors for the Inktense pencils from the UK website. It should do the same for the 78 extra. That would be nice, but also 28 pencils um is a lot different than 78. I'm not disagreeing, but like I get it. It's a much smaller set. I think part of that too is because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait until I use up a bunch of the chroma flows I have and then go from there. Any color along on this one? And is older? Wait, did it in his older book? Oh, I'm working in Mythic World, the original book that it was in. Have the 72 and won't buy any more on principle. That's fair. I like the pencils though, despite the circumstances surrounding this set. I guess it's kind of like, people acknowledge Prismacolor's shoddy manufacturing, but they still like the pencil enough to buy it. So one of his newer books has it now. Is hoping to see it with the sneakers. Gotcha. Build your own tin. Oh, that's cool. It'd be cool if they did that on the UK or on the US website. Color Universe? Yeah, I think I remember seeing it in that book. But I haven't started on it, I mean, since I have it in here and I need to finish it. Have the water and the plants completed, and that's all. I I have well, I have none of it completed, but I am gonna take a break from the body and start working on the shell, at least correcting some of the marker out. I wish I had chosen different colors for this part. I like the colors choices for the body. I just don't like what I did here with the start of the shell, so but I think I can probably fix it to my liking. It's one of those things where like I started on it forever ago and I've learned some new things kind of as I've gone along, so I think I can bring back what I don't care about, or what I don't care for, I should say. Oh, thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, I like using markers in Kirby's books, especially the double page spreads. It makes them feel less daunting. I think most of my double page spreads that I've done recently in Kirby's have marker base. See, like right, I don't like this right here, so I'm gonna have to do something to kind of correct that out. I'm thinking I actually might leave the top part of the water white. Or maybe I'll do like a light blue and then go around the black outlines with a paint marker of some sort. I want it to kind of look like foamy and frothy. I mean, yeah, they're gonna release them now, which is cool, but I can understand why people were upset about the entire, like, the way this situation went down. Because I know the art gear guide said that he specifically asked if there was anything that he needed to know about the set, and they told him no. And then all of a sudden they decided to um to release those 50. So yeah, I get why people are upset. I should have done this combo like when I started this page. Why? What was I thinking? Son of a building block. I actually kind of like the way that looks. Oh, thank you. I'm largely just throwing throwing what I have in my tray from another project here. That's gonna be kind of funky here, but I don't have any browns out here, so I'll have to find a way to make that work when I can pull some more colors. Kind of experimenting right now. Right. Hey, Claire. The bunyip is an Aussie myth. Is that what this is? I didn't. I mean, I've looked at the back, but um, the pages aren't numbered, and I didn't feel like trying to figure out what was what. Why the scenery with cranes? Ah, artist liberties, I guess. I haven't gotten to those. I've seen this dude colored like a bajillion different ways. So I just kind of did my own thing. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're working on whips today, and this is this has been a, I guess I can put it into the category of forever whip. Oh, I really could use a brown. We've only got 13 minutes left on the clock on this one, so I don't want to waste it digging for another pencil. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how I want to transition the shell um into the rocks. So since I don't have my brown pencils out here, I'm not gonna do that because I'm thinking it'll be darker up here, and then I'll use that to come up into the bottom of these rocks because I want it to look like not just like the this section is like just straight up thrown on the back of his shell. I want there to be like a nice transition. Which I know I can do because I did it with the Thor image in this book. Blending his legs into the rocks. But I can do okay. I like the way the eye looks. Just trying to think what else I have up here that I can. I guess I don't have the green color I want for. Okay, actually. Okay, so we'll just start working on some of these plants. Okay, I like that combination. So I'm gonna go with that. In just varying levels. Oh, and I lied. The pages are numbered, by the way. I just noticed. They're just a very tiny. Not that that really matters, because I'm gonna go over this with a gel crayon anyways. I do like the way these pencils layer. Gosh darn it. So normally I would turn the book the other way, that way I wasn't working against the edge of the page. I am using the chroma floods. Keeper. It's the Chromoflaws. Yeah, this project is a Chromoflow project. You like the Black Widows? I have I think all but the skin tone sets in the Black Widows, but I don't use them very much. They actually they actually got moved to the curio cabinet in my living room, which is where I keep the stuff that I am not quite ready um to let go of yet, but that just doesn't get used enough to justify keeping it in my tiny little office. Oh, and there's our timer. Okay, I'm gonna finish laying down this base color on this real quick. Just so I'm not stopping like right in the midst of like a half done, and then we'll switch projects. Okay. And moving on to our last project. So I gotta put the chroma flows away. And we are switching over to the Artex pencils. I'm okay. Since I'll write them down after this. I'll remember in this instance which colors I used. Generally, if I keep the stuff out on my desk, I'll remember what I used for it. Because I'll probably will come back to that one relatively quickly. Plus, I don't really have the time to write everything down right now because we've got another project to get to. If there's like a big gap between or it's a complicated color palette, then yeah, I'll write them down, but okay, so our last project for today, we're gonna work on a whip in Gnomes in the Neighborhood, and this was actually we started this on stream last week. So I'm gonna keep going with it. And for this one, I started with Copics as a base, and then I started some of the pencil work. So I'm using the Artex basic pencils on this one. Where's my eraser? You silly little electric eraser. But then some of these little pieces I'm actually going to just use the pencils on, because I think the areas are too small to really get in there with the tips of the markers. So all right. Okay. And now we're on the clock. And I'm gonna do all of the skin first on our little gnomes here. And then I think I'll work some on the chairs. Gotta go. Thanks for streaming. All right, Sonia, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you hanging out. So we're gonna give this little gnome some sunburn, just because I feel like he didn't wear his sunblock. I mean, yeah, he's got this little thing over him, but you know what? Clearly, he's sunning himself. Okay, so this lovely lady over here, I'm assuming this is her nose, resting on her bosom. She is quite well endowed. That's not dark enough. I might need another brand. Oh, I thought I actually had this set of the rest of these handy, but I think I put the case away or moved it off of my desk. So I will have to grab one other brown for later because I do want something a little darker just to indicate like outline um the our gnome sitting in the chair because there would be some shadow. But I don't have the pencil case for these um handy, so I don't want to waste time trying to dig for pencils. Okay, let's try and get over here. Oh shoot, I missed where is it? Okay, there's a couple little spots in here that I'm not exactly sure what. That's part of the chair. Okay, I think I figured it. Oh, I'm gonna try something. Hurrah, color mixing. Let's see. Still have this one as a whip. So far, felt like I've been in your whip coloring bookshelf. You like my sand? Well, I just made a very bold choice because I don't have a dark brownout. But I knew I needed I wanted it darker near the water. So we took a gamble on what is it? Aubergine purple. it worked with a little bit of layering. Yeah, this purple really is quite dark. I'm gonna try it underneath the chair here too. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. It's not quite as like stark as if I had used just a brown. It's like you can sort of see the purple undertones. It's just not as noted for future use of these pencils. I just I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, I've used purple for shadows and like skin tones, and the sand is kind of colored like a skin tone, so boy, this pitch has taken like a whole like it's taken on like a whole new like vibe. Because honestly, like at first, and of course that's generally how it works when you're blocking colors in with markers, where it looks like super flat. I think that's the point a lot of people give up. It really does have an ugly phase. See, now I'm curious if I should try and use the purple on my chairs. Yeah, I'm gonna use the purple on my chairs. I like the way it looks. I think it kind of offsets the brown, because there is a lot of brown in this image, so hey, Mrs. Furniture, welcome back. Love your color. Thank you. Like I was saying, we made a choice based on what I already had out. I was gonna just hold off on doing any shadows or anything like that until I could pull some browns, but I was just like, you know what? I've got this aubergine color out here and it is pretty dark and it also has brown undertones. So we discovered. And I actually like it a lot better than if I had gone and pulled a brown. Had Subway happened to the sunburn? Oh, it's still, like, still there. It's just really subtle. I didn't want to go, like, too dark. So I just kind of, like, I mean, I could, but my pink is pretty light. So he's got the start of a sunburn, but not a complete, like, he's on his way. So yeah, this is the Artix pencils, and it's the aubergine purple and the burnt ochre. And then I'm using the cadmium orange light and the Bavarian cream. Actually, did I use? I may have also used the goldenrod a little bit in there. But I like the way they because it doesn't look like a straight up like purple, but it's got enough of an undertone where it doesn't feel like boring and brown, since there's already a lot of brown here. I actually like using purple as a shadow color. I just have never done it with this set, so I wasn't sure um how it was going to work. Yes, he has a chance to move out of the sun before he blisters. Yeah, it turned out really nice with the for the shadows. I'm really happy with the way that looks. I was just saying to Pam, like, I use purple for shadows when I do portraits, so I don't see why it wouldn't look all right with this. So it's just got to be the right purple. It can't just be any. Thanks, Nikki. I appreciate that. It's got some blending. Alright. Let me just, so that was our timer. Let me just try and at least finish this up before I stop. Uh, this is probably gonna take a couple coats. Because it kind of like absorbs into the paper. But I wanted to try it. Oh, I just wasn't talking. Hi Thea, how are you? Sometimes I play music for you guys, but not everybody digs the music, so I just didn't have the music. Well, I have music on, but on my end, I can hear while I color. No, I just wasn't talking. But welcome, welcome. We're actually getting ready to wrap things up. Oh, I'm trying to decide whether or not No, you know what? I'm going for it. I feel like with just a pencil, it looks boring, so I am gonna put some of the white out here in the water. We're gonna just roll with it. Today is the day of taking chances. Prefer silence to music too. Sometimes I will. It just depends on the day and what I'm working on. Usually, usually like when I take my break, I'll put music on while I have the BRB up. And then sometimes when I'm working, I'll put the music on like so that everybody can hear it. But I'm listening to I'm listening to my own music. Well, not my music, but I have Amazon on, and so obviously I can't play that or I'll get strucketh. But I needed some noise. So just playing music for myself because I need music when I work. Okay. Yeah, that definitely adds something to that ocean in the background there. But uh okay, so we went a little past our time. Um and I am gonna have to wrap it up. My son will be home from school here. Um Posca works really well. I have a couple Posca pens. I'm just not a fan. It depends on what it is. I actually like my Ohuhu for their fine tip, although that one but um Posca and I have never really like gotten along, at least for coloring purposes. But yeah, this was just one of the new Sharpie creative markers cuz that's what's on my desk. But yeah, so that is our last project for today, and if you missed it, this was project number 2. We worked on a double page spread in um Kirby's Mythic World, and then our first one that we worked on was Mech Butterfly, which I am each section in different metal combo. And this one there was actually a live stream where I demoed each color combo and then I worked on section, and this was also in the last Free Whips 3 hours. Um and then today we worked on this one, so the Mech Butterfly will definitely be back. So I will go in at some point either tonight or tomorrow and I will update the thumbnail, and I will put the books that we worked in the description. So if anybody is interested of them, I'll also link to just a general for the pencils because I used Prismacolors for the Mech Butterfly, but I'll link to the Chromaflows in the Artex pencils that I used for the other books. I'll read uh the description a little bit just so you guys know what we worked on today. So, with that said, thank you guys so much for all of your support. I super appreciate everybody that hung out. Usually we do 3 whips, 3 hours at the end of the month. They voted this morning, and this was what they wanted to see. So, depending on the rest of my week, there may be another stream later on this week. I'm kind of taking a break from video. Gosh, from videos. But I'll have to look at my schedule, so we shall see. But thank you guys so much. I super appreciate you, and have a great